we all go through shit in life, right? We all go through a lot of stuff that makes us be like, damn, like I changed as a person. And if you ask yourself, like, okay, what made me change? What happened to me? Like, I miss the old me. Where is she? I don't know. Where is she? Where is he? I used to be so happy. I used to be so fearless, so motivated, so there. Like, nothing could bring me down. And now I don't even know who I am. And if I do know who I am, I don't know how to find myself again. And we all wonder as to why it happens. And not all the time, but most of the time we lose ourselves loving someone else. Or we lose ourselves trying to be this idea of perfect for someone else. Or while we're sitting here giving someone else life, ours is being taken from us, like, emotionally. And if not, it's whenever someone passes away, they take a little bit of your heart with them. And then one day you wake up and you're like, yo, who the fuck am I? And often, whenever it has to do with like relationships and stuff, you always blame yourself. Because you're like, damn, this is like my 5th relationship and nothing's working out. I keep getting hurt. I'm so confused. What am I doing wrong? And like you sit here and you question yourself as if you're the one in the wrong. Like, I'm not saying you're perfect because you're not. I'm not. We all mess up every day, of course. But when you're not in the wrong, you're also not in the wrong. So whenever you sit here and blame yourself for things that other people are doing wrong to you, and you beat yourself up and you are so disappointed in yourself, that is the ultimate betrayal towards yourself. No matter what anyone says or does to you, the way you talk to yourself is the worst betrayal or the most love, depending on how you are towards yourself. At one point in my life, I used to blame myself. I was like, yo, Salice, like, you stupid. Like, this has to be your fault. Why is this person hurting you? Like, why are they hitting you? Why are you so unhappy in so many relationships? And I was like, it has to be me. Until I realized how to love myself and how to move away from that and detach myself all the way over here and distance myself to the point where no one could even see me or reach me. And I just crawled into a depression. And me being alone taught me how to find myself. Me focusing on myself taught me how to find myself. And it's like, I think at one point in our life, we're always like, dang, like I miss the person I used to be. Even I get moments like that. Not as much, because I'm evolving every day. But I'm like, I used to be so this, so that. But like, it's a part of life. I just want you guys to always remember your worth. Whether you're hurt in a relationship, friendship, family, someone's toxic in your life, someone is mentally abusing you, physically abusing you, no matter what your pain is, whether you lost someone in your life, whether someone passed away on you, I want you guys to know that you are worth so much more than that pain. I know this sounds so cliche, but you don't define the pain defines you, and then you define the pain, if that makes sense. It's like the way you handle your pain is the way your life is going to be. Like, yeah, it's going to be hard. You're going to be sad. You're going to be depressed. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to even blame yourself sometimes. You're going to be like, well, what could I have done better? Maybe it was me. Low key, maybe it was me. Well, maybe if I did this and not this and that. And you overthink yourself into a depression. And now you're like, dang. When deep down inside, you know that there was nothing that you could have done anymore. You did what you did. You said what you said. What's done is done. And a good person will always be a good person. And it's like, to me, I feel like the good people always go through the most stuff, no matter what. Like, you can have the biggest heart ever. You could be the best person in the world. You could do so much for so many people. And guess what? You are going to get hurt the most. People are going to talk about you the most. People are going to try to betray you and push you down and tell you that you're not worth anything. And eventually, you're going to believe it. You're going to be like, they're probably right. And that's not the case at all. We're all going to go through stuff in our life where we feel low, little, depressed, like shit. We feel like no one cares or sees us. But that's the point in your life where you got to be like, okay, now it's my turn to love me. Now it's my turn to realize that it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. The way someone treats you has nothing to do with you, whether it's good or bad. Not everyone that walks into your life is going to know your worth. That's the hardest pill to swallow. But just because someone else treats you poorly, don't ever be like, damn, was it me? Don't ever second guess yourself and your worth. Because the minute you second guess yourself and your worth, you leave room for everybody else to do that to you. And then you're going to be like, dang, no one sees my worth. No one, I don't understand. Like, am I really not worth anything? They're probably right. So let me just settle. The minute you leave room for doubt in your own mind, you leave room for doubt in the mind of others. And you wake up one day and you're lost. And you're looking for love and affection and attention and all the wrong places that's never really fulfilling or filling that void that you have in your heart or in your mind and your soul, and you just feel more lost. So I want you guys to take action and take responsibility on what's actually happening. Dig deeper into that problem. Realize what happened. Learn from that. Evolve from that. Love yourself. Know that it was not you. Don't blame yourself for that. Of course, take action whenever it's your fault. Take responsibility whenever it's you that fucked up, but grow overall. Don't blame yourself. And don't ever forget your worth because someone else does not know your worth. Sometimes, like that one quote says, some people actually do know your worth, but they act like they don't because they're hoping that you don't know your worth. Meaning, they're like, I know their worth, but I'm gonna act like I don't because even though he or she is a good person, I want to slack off. I don't really want to put in my whole heart because I'm too lazy. So let me just treat her like she's some ordinary ass person, and maybe she'll believe it after a while. And that's how you confuse yourself and you start to think that you're only ordinary, because we all accept the love we think we deserve, or we accept the love that's given to us whenever we know we deserve more. Have more love for yourself to stop saying yes to dumb shit. Love yourself enough to walk away from things that no longer benefit you or benefit your soul or feed your mind or feed your energy. Stop saying yes to things that make you uncomfortable. Stop saying yes to things that make you feel like shit every time you go to bed. Start saying yes more to people and things and opportunities that make you feel good. Whether people realize it or understand it or not, understand that this is your life. And no one's gonna do what's best for you besides you. People can advise you, they can tell you what you want to hear, they can tell you whatever the fuck you need to hear. But overall, no one in the world is gonna give a fuck about you the way you can give a fuck about you. So forget everybody else. Forget what they brainwashed you with or what they told you. Do what you think is best for you. Remember how much you're worth. Remember who the fuck you were before this person hurt you. Remember who the fuck you were before they manipulated you into having you think that you really weren't worth shit. Remember who you were before you got hurt. Remember who you were before you trusted the wrong person. Find that person again. Evolve into he or she again. Accept into a better version of yourself. And don't ever let anyone else get in your mind and ever make you second guess yourself as to if you are the problem or what is wrong with you. No, they lost you. The real question here is, what is wrong with them for losing a person like you? That's the real question. Start talking to yourself better. Start being more positive to yourself better. Start embracing yourself better and loving yourself better. And watch how drastic your life will change that much faster when you give a less fuck about everybody else and more of a fuck about yourself. Trust me.